At this time, if there's no other announcements, I turn the meeting over to Tim Gibson to introduce our governor. Unmute yourself, Tim.
Thank you, President Jeff. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce our current district governor, John Frischie. And what I am about to share with you is just a tip of the iceberg, but this is amazing biography. John graduated from Purdue University in 1969. Those were exciting years to be down there at many levels. And he began his 28-year career as an agriculture education teacher at South Newton High School. He served director of secondary education from 97 to 2003. And then John served as an administrative assistant until his retirement in 2005. John was selected as a National Milken Education Foundation educator in 1995. He is a member of the Kentland Hall of Fame, received the Purdue University Agriculture Alumni Certificate of Distinction in 2018. Then he began a second career as the project team leader for HOPE, which is History Opens Eyes, a U.S. history education initiative that was created by former U.S. Secretary of Education, William Bennett, when he served during Ronald Reagan's second term. John joined the Kentland Rotary Club in 2006 and served as president in 2010-11 and treasurer in 2012-13. He's been active on the public relations and membership committees, as well as foundation. John served as District 6540 Rotary District Assistant Governor from 2012 to 15, District Assistant Governor Coordinator from 14 through 17, and this is unique, District Trainer from 2016 to 19. And the reason why I say that's unique, I think it was the first time in the history of our district we had a trainer that served the full 3 years. And annual fund chair from 2017-18. He received the Rotary International Vocational Service Award, chaired the 6540 Social Media Committee and the District Training Committee. Paul Harris Fellow +8 and a major donor and a member of the Paul Harris Society. John's passion is the Heart to Heart program with a district that we partner with in Mexico. I think it's 4170 and 4140. John and Sue were married in 1970 and are blessed with 2 daughters and 2 grandchildren. And John loves to fish. So I'm going to turn it over to John, and he's going to share the rest of the meeting, what he has for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. I'm not much about biographies. I don't really care what someone's done in the past. For example, if it's an airplane pilot and his biography, or her biography, I care more about what he or she is going to do in the next time when I am in their care. So I hope you take it the same way. All of us have had involvement in Rotary. All of us have had commitment, motivation, and we're excited. And you certainly have given me a tough job today to follow the induction of, I don't know, 2,141,000 more Paul Harris Fellows. And I can tell you now that you are the angels from heaven. They join the other 4 clubs in the district that has achieved that. And just as a bragging point, the Kentland Rotary Club, of which I am a member, was the first one. And they are, first of all, Paul Harris clubs, 100% are very rare. Secondly, one now with, I don't know, you're going to have to repeat the numbers, Jeff. I've got my shoes and socks off. I'm trying to count on my toes, but
We have 121 members.
okay, that's amazing. That's all I can say. Amazing, fantastic. And I'm going to tell you something else quickly before I really get into my boring speech is that, points in Rotary, they're great. You get them for donating money, and we're thankful for the people that donate money to the annual fund. But points do not do surgeries in hospitals. Points do not do any good for any mother, children, environment, in any of the areas of focus. Points, I don't know, I joked, they're kind of like S&H green stamps, if you remember those. I guess those you could go get dishes somewhere. But anyway, I'm excited for your club. That's great. And thank you, Dr. Calipara. I've had the pleasure of meeting him earlier in, well, it was before my governor year. And let me go on with a little bit about Fort Wayne. My father attended the seminary school from the Lutheran Seminary at Fort Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And he managed to stay there until the end of his 8th grade year, and he was called home because his family needed him. It was the Depression. I think they thought he might become a minister. I think my mother and father both thought I should go there and become a minister. Have they known me now, they probably would have said maybe I should have, but anyway, that's kind of my first connection. The next, stop laughing. Dick Conklin's laughing. I also want to share a little connection with Dr. King. Martin Luther King is a unique name for a Baptist minister. And when he went to Germany as a young person, he was enamored with Martin Luther's work in the Reformation. Martin Luther didn't want to start a new church. He just wanted to make a couple changes. But anyway, he carried that on and he was, I believe he was Mickey. I believe was his name, Mike. But he gave the name Martin Luther to his son also. So I think there is some connection, and today is a day when we honor his amazing effort. So the inspiration Rotary talk of the day was great. Well, this year is Rotary in a new phase. I've been planning for this position since 2017. In March in Kalamazoo, in the middle of pets, we were sent home. I unplanned everything. I have been replanning by the minute ever since. And as far as I'm concerned, from my view of, I don't know how many, 300 and some club visits now virtually, it's an amazing year, and Rotarians like those members in Fort Wayne are doing amazing good in the world. And that's what Rotary is all about. I've still not been released to visit clubs. Actually, Newton County is the only county in some metric that is not red in the state. It's in like the 2-week average or something. I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, Sue and I are going to go get our shots tomorrow, first one. I think Rotary before this year was about change, and I think that's good. I think there's a lot of things that have become, I guess, more inviting, more useful to Rotary than it used to be, and I'm excited about it. I don't think people that are older than me were thinking that horses should replace automobiles should replace horses. However, in my truck, I have GPS, I have Wi-Fi, I have air conditioning, power windows, power brakes, power steering, and I like all of those changes. I may not be the first one to adopt a change, but I am certainly maybe second. I think also the words of my good friend, and I'm older than many of you than I look, but my good friend, what was his name? Ben Franklin. You remember Ben? Some of you have heard about Ben. Ben told me that he said, John, he said, when you're finished changing, you're finished. So I've kind of lived by that motto, and I think it's a good thing to be governor this year when change has been not only encouraged but forced upon us. Tim, everybody's already shared a little bit my passion for the foundation. I'm not going to go into that. I am passionate about it. I'm excited that we are still having the matching funds. We are still, Judy Walker is still matching up your checks you have sent in with points we have acquired club members around the district. Another goal that I had this year was about making sure your club meeting room was welcoming to Rotary Club members, and it appears that all your homes are very well kept. Whoever just moved was in the closet. No, there. Anyway, that's the neatest closet I've seen. So you're ready to invite guests into your home. Even Al's background with the nice snowy trees. It's great. Focus on the youth in the community, and we're going to hear a little bit about this, maybe some more in a minute, but the Go Baby project, projects that we do in India with the medical assistance for children in Heart to Heart. It's amazing. We have a new membership plan. Rick, I want to call his name out. I think he's on here somewhere. He has been an amazing find for a new and innovative club chair, and he's working on several projects. I appreciate that. Bruce Haynes has been an amazing help to me and our committee with the District Foundation Gala. There's a lot of talent in the Fort Wayne Club. And for the first time I met Dee Hoffman, I believe she's the first Rotary member from your club that I met. And we were shipped off to Jackson, Michigan on a cold winter day to be trained to be facilitators at PETS. That whole plan has gone away, but I still have a facilitator's license, and guess who trained me? Jennifer Jones. Small world. She has continued her passion with Rotary, and I wish her the best of success. I can't stop without saying diversity today, because that's critical, that we welcome everyone to our Rotary clubs, that we treat everyone by the four-way test. And I went to a one-room school, and I had a middle school social studies teacher who taught me about diversity. And that was a long time ago, and I have not forgotten that. So our district, to give you a quick update, some new things this year is an International Service Project Director, and that's past District Governor Steve Van Scoik. And just so you know that Fort Wayne's not the only club that does global grants, I set about a mission to increase the number of clubs. It's hard to change the amount of funds we have, but it's not hard to encourage clubs to become involved. And I've also worked really hard with other districts in our zone. And I have asked them for money, and they have helped support grants that our clubs in District 6540 need more DDF than we have. So we have District 6710 from Kentucky. We have 6560, 6580 in Indiana. We have 6490, and I believe 6490 is in Illinois. And we have grants in addition to India and Uganda and Mexico. So we're excited. Steve has done a good job. Rick has done a good job. We're looking at new clubs, and these are some membership types that you may or may not be familiar with, but we are looking at Rotaract clubs based not on a college, but in a community. And that could be happening with the Chester and Porter and LaPorte clubs. We also, Huntington, which is nearby, is looking at a Rotaract club based in the community. And Joe Santa, the president, is working on that. I've been fortunate to work with someone named Santa this year. It's kind of been a dream of mine. We also are working on a club, probably a satellite club with Anthony Wayne in Huntertown. And you all know where that is because that's close to home. Tim and Rick and Jane Roush have done a great job on that. And we're still looking at environmentally or e-based club, probably in the Lake Michigan area to start, that wants to do something with the new area of focus, the environment. The district newsletter I'm excited about. Jane Delegati's done a great job. Please send information. my gosh, send her all the information about all of the Paul Harris fellows. I've asked already at a meeting with Jeff and Holly and some other people the other day to get the information out in the district newsletter, which is got to be in by the 25th of January. So we want to publicize it. We want to share your success. And Fort Wayne certainly has a lot of success to share. Jeff, this is not an easy year to be club president, is it?
Oh, we've got such a good group of members and are doing so many good things that meeting by Zoom does not slow us down at all.
I can see that, and I appreciate that. And that's kind of the same way I've looked at it, is this is what the cards I've been dealt. I think to all the others, I think I've mentioned many of you, but I know as many more people, probably more people from the Fort Wayne Club than any other club, especially a large club, and I'm amazed by the work you do. I can't leave without thanking you for the holiday celebration. It was a chance for me to see Elvis again. That's truly enriching, and my gosh, where did you get all those hats and crazy stuff you did? But I know that the Fort Wayne Club has fun. And if Rotary isn't fun, Rotary is nothing. I'm sorry. You may find me one of the most lighthearted district governors that you've run into. I find that coming to a club and giving a 20-minute speech on Rotary is not my cup of tea. So I'm getting ready to ask some questions. I don't think I have enough time to celebrate all the things that Fort Wayne has done. And we're excited to see that continue. I can encourage you to keep working on your Rotary citation. You have achieved that in the past. I don't see any reason, excuse me, I just lost 17 pages. I don't see any, I got your attention now. Click, click, there they go. I don't see any reason to change that this year. No problem that you're not going to achieve that, I wouldn't think. I think also I can, you guys know more about the foundation than most foundation people do. I got some update on your membership. It's changed a little bit from what I was going to say, but I know you're in the process of working on it. I know that this year you have already donated $89 per member to the foundation annual fund. And I think your total donation is $10,700 and some dollars as the last time I looked.
Yep, 54% of our goal, so we need to keep giving.
All right, you're on it. So I don't need to, I'm preaching to the choir. Okay? I think you had a COVID grant and you helped the Matthew Clinic. Does that sound right?
Matthew 25, the neighborhood clinic, and the rescue mission, as well as Parkview Hospital and Lutheran Hospital.
All right, exciting. I think your total giving last year was at 400. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's even this year. Our district is at $164,000. So the gala online giving went really well, thanks to Bruce and the people from Fort Wayne that participated. I think also the total dollar giving to all of Rotary programs in Fort Wayne is simply amazing. I'm not going to go into individual comparisons. I am going to stop. I want some questions. Let's play Stump the Governor. Questions, comments?
Well, I will add, you mentioned Go Baby Go in your comments, and that's a project that came up last week that our executive committee met in a quick emergency meeting on Friday to discuss and decided to pursue the project. So I'll tell the club, we were approached by Ruth Ford. You remember Ruth? She was a member of our club until recently. She is at Huntington University, where she has been, and she is in charge of doctoral students. She has a doctoral student who is her final project is taking on Go Baby Go, which is a national program. And what that project does is it takes those like electronic cars that toddlers can drive, and then uses engineering students or local engineers to purchase whatever is needed to take an individual vehicle and make adjustments to it so that a child with this list of disabilities can operate it. If you think about wheelchairs where someone might operate it with by blowing in a tube, that's kind of the extreme example, but what they do is they work with area kids with disabilities and get them a vehicle that allows them greater mobility. And so we're meeting with them and trying to put together some marketing material that we could then go out to other area clubs and make this a larger Rotary project for several of us, and then try to raise the money from members, from member businesses, from community contacts to fund the project for the student. She was looking for $7,500, and we decided to try to raise her goal to $10,000. Because it's such a neat project. There's so many kids that need this type of thing. And so this is a local project that the executive committee has decided to take on, and we're just in the early stages of it. But it's a neat project that we think can have the opportunity to bring lots of Rotary clubs together. Tim, anything you want to add to that?
It just fits perfectly into our maternal and child health area of focus.
And it's a local project as opposed to
Yes.
an international project.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Well, and I'll give the disability perspective on this that I had, this has been on my radar when I was still working, but there were some other issues that could not be addressed. And I was real excited that Huntington University and Ruth and her student are willing to take this on, but it has so many additional tangents to it involving not only more students, but also engineers, whether it be electrical, mechanical, and then vendors. So I think that might give us some new pathways into expounding and expounding and expanding about Rotary and work in this community. And just so you all know, March is Disabilities Awareness Month. And so Ruth and Audrey, the student who is leading this, are going to be our speakers. So you'll hear more firsthand.
And if the Albion Club is interested in getting involved, let us know.
As well as the Kentland Club.
Yeah. Well, you just never know. We'll all, if we get it promoted, we'll see who we can draw in to support a great project. And there was a couple questions in the chat. One regarding about how many clubs are meeting virtually or not meeting. And basically, to be transparent, I think we have 5 clubs who are not meeting at all. We have clubs that have met every meeting every week virtually since March. We've had clubs that have been in and out of the virtual Zoom meetings to, I guess, hybrid meetings. So about every combination that you can think of. And I'm actually hosting a training session for a club that says no members can use Zoom, like Zoom, want to Zoom, and I'm trying to convince them otherwise. It's not a governor visit. It's more about, can we help you?
Well, John, I got a question for you. Holly and I were the program last week at the ASEAN Satellite Club.
Yes.
And they expressed an interest in partnering with us to be the sponsor club on an international project, because we can only take on so many and we're looking for clubs to partner with us. They asked if they could be a partner, but we didn't know if a satellite club could be the lead club.
Okay, well, I was copied on that email. I think Holly may have asked that question, and we had several people from the district respond. The answer is technically no. However, the next thing I would do is let you know that ASEAN has a goal of being a club shortly. Mm-hmm. And that's the best thing to do in their case. I've had correspondence this morning that the Valpo Satellite Club wants to talk to the ASEAN Satellite Club or Bluffton. So there's communications going on. Officially, the answer is no, but we do have other clubs. I have been locating clubs for grants for Ron John and other groups. I've used up Kentland. We're going to do a mother's milk bank in India, but there are other clubs that for, I don't know, $525 can be a global grant sponsor. And before we run out of time, I just want to share some news. Now, many of you may not realize, but I am the first district governor that sent a check to your club for pets reimbursement. The first. I am the first governor that managed to not charge district dues to your club for the first 6 months of the year. Now I want to announce that we are going to reduce your district dues for the second 6 months of the year by 50%, from $15 to $7.50. Pets dues was originally built into the budget to pay for your president-elect to go to Pets, plus a hotel room, plus whatever in Kalamazoo, and $250. That has been now reduced to $50. Now, I'm sorry I could not get that to zero. Jane can attest that I lobbied. We are not part of the Great Lakes Pets Committee. Technically, we don't make decisions. I lobbied and I said, I don't think I've paid to go to a Zoom meeting in Rotary, but anybody that's attached, an AG or anybody that needs to attend, I bet Jane can work that out. We'll be glad to have some of your leaders. You may be asked to be facilitators. So the pets dues are now going to be $50 instead of $250. And the district conference, which I was so much looking forward to in Monticello, in conjunction with RILA, appears now to be virtual. So I will be the first virtual governor in Rotary 6540's history. But I am going to continue that. I'm going to continue to try to make every activity we're involved in successful, and I'm excited for that chance. So you will not be paying your $6 per member district conference assessment. Now, with that, I've been waiting for someone in Washington to call me and ask me to work on the federal budget. So far, my phone has not rung, probably because the word cuts, I'm not sure, enter into the decision making. But, and I am not running for district governor again. So this is not a political speech.
Well, John, we will take that money and run, but I will say that you have virtually been a great governor.
I love it. I love it. That's a compliment coming from you. Anybody else with a question? Come on, Holly.
What are the plans for the Great Lakes or for the environmental club? Do you have a project or the scope, anything about that?
Well, that is probably the least organized club we have. We've had several issues to deal with. We do have interest from clubs around Lake Michigan. We have people from the National Park Service at Lake Michigan. We have people from the Indiana DNR. We have several Rotary clubs that actually, I believe the waves of Lake Michigan often almost touch their towns for one reason or another. And so we are looking for this to probably be an e-base, an e-club or a passport club, which means they do not normally gather on, let's see, Mondays at noon and go somewhere and eat mashed potatoes, meatloaf, green beans, but they meet on Saturdays or in the evenings and they do projects. So we are in contact with Indiana Paddlers, which has about 400 members. And basically the purpose of this is not political. It is to simply aid in the restoration and preservation of the areas around Lake Michigan. Now, I won't remember all the rivers that go through. I know there's a confluence in Fort Wayne, I believe. Is that right? Do I have the word right?
3 rivers.
Two
Okay.
forming the third.
And there are, this is not limited to Lake Michigan. My family is environmentally oriented. Many of you know that. I don't have the bison on my screen, but I bet you've seen them. So yeah, we are looking at this to be an e-based club, first one in the district, and those are the toughest ones to form because we don't have a pattern. Jane and I and Tim, we have attended virtual meetings around the United States. We are gathering information. So there's your answer, Barb.
Thank you.
Well, if there's no further questions for John, I see it is 1 o'clock. So we'd like to thank John for coming today. We always give our governor a standing ovation. We'll just give you the silent applaud instead.